brothers. You are about to hear a cold Coquette visualization. So, before we get into the podcast, I'm going to give you like a brief introduction. This will be a longer intro. So, do me a favor, check the show notes, Alpha Body Blueprint, how to get the lean, shredded physique of an alpha male, and click the link. Now, let's start. The world is full of people who try, people who impose themselves aggressively. They may gain temporary victories, but the longer they are around, the more people want to confound them. They leave no space around themselves, and without space, there can be no seduction. Cold coquettes create space by remaining elusive and making others pursue them. Their coolness suggests a comfortable confidence that is exciting to be around, even though it may not actually exist. Their silence makes you want to talk. Their self-containment, their appearance of having no need for other people only makes us want to do things for them, hungry for the slightest sign of recognition and favor. Cold coquettes may be maddening and frustrating to deal with. Never committing, but never saying no. Never allowing closeness, but more often than not, we find ourselves coming back to them. Coquettes don't commit to an outcome. They don't commit to anyone. They don't allow their emotions to get involved with one another. Remember, seduction is a process of drawing people in, making them want to pursue and possess you. Seen, kind of distant, and people will go mad to win your favor. This ties directly into qualifying, getting girls to work for you. Now, with that said, I'm going to end this introduction from a quote by Sigmund Freud. Narcissistic women have the greatest fascination for men. The charm of a child lies to a great extent in his narcissism, his self-sufficiency, and his inaccessibility, just as does the charm of certain animals which seem not to concern themselves about us, such as cats. It is as if we envied them, their power of retaining a blissful state of mind, an unassailable libido position we ourselves have since abandoned. With that said, brothers, let's start the podcast. You guys are listening to the Masculinity Show, a podcast for introverts to become more masculine and get the body of an alpha male, and of course, get more mentally healthy and get that seducer's mindset, if you get me. And lastly, I help guys become more desirable and get the mindset of a seducer. Let's get into the podcast. Brothers, I appreciate you for tuning into this podcast. So, before we start the visualization, I want you to put on your headphones. Make sure you're listening to this with headphones on, okay? With headphones on, all right? Now, turn on that noise cancellation headphones on right now, okay? Those noise cancellation headphones must be turned on. Do not be operating any machinery. I don't want you flying like a plane or driving like a fucking train while you're doing this. Let's start the visualization now. All right, we're gonna start the visualization. Do me a favor, close your eyes and just feel this glowing ball of energy. It's in your feet. This glowing ball, visualize this bright light in your feet. It just travels to your ankles. Then it moves up your calves, then goes up into your knees, then goes up into your quadriceps and hamstrings, then it goes up into your pelvis and hip area, and up into your core, right by those abs, you guys. I would hope you're doing my core exercises on my YouTube channel. Check the show notes and visualize the light. This glowing ball is very bright. It's in your core. It's by your abs. It travels up into your chest area, and then it goes up into your upper chest area now. And now it goes up to your shoulders and traps area. And now it goes all the way down your arms, and this goes into your biceps, goes into your forearm area, right? Then it goes right into your hands. Do me a favor and lift up your hands, brothers. Just lift up your hands and see this glowing ball appear in your hands, okay? This is the energy of the cold coquette. You're about to hear what the cold coquette has done throughout history, and I want you to allow this energy. This glowing ball will give you the powers, the qualities, even the positively narcissistic confidence of the coquette. More about this in a little bit. Keep your eyes closed, brothers. This is a powerful visualization, so keep listening. Keep your eyes closed. Now, allow this ball to go back into your hands, into the palm of your hands, okay? Now, this travels back up your arms, up to the shoulders area, up to your neck, and all the way up to your head. And I want this to go right into your brain. I'm going to start. What this visualization entails. This visualization entails that you open up your mind and learn all about the cold coquette and how this seducer has been one of the most effective seducers throughout history. One of the most effective seducers throughout history, and you're about to find out why. Okay. Coquettes are consummate teasers. They are experts at arousing and desire through a provocative appearance or an alluring attitude. The real essence of the coquettes is in their ability to trap people emotionally and keep their people that they are seducing in their clutches long after that first titillation of desire. This is the skill that puts them in the ranks of the most effective seducers worldwide. Their success may seem somewhat odd and a little strange, but however, they are cold and distant creatures. Should you ever get to know one well, you will sense his or her inner core of detachment and self-love. The power of the coquette. You must first understand the property of love and desire. The more obviously you pursue a person, the more likely you are to chase them away. The point is, coquettes never pursue. They are the ones being pursued. They are the ones they believe everyone wants them. They are somewhat narcissistic brothers. Coquettes have an inherent understanding of this particular dynamic. They are the masters of selective withdrawal. Their hint of coldness. Their withdrawals make them extremely mysterious. And we build them up in our own imaginations. Meaning, in order for you to possess the quality of the coquette, you need to selectively withdraw yourself from any situation. So visualize yourself just kind of leaving it at will whenever you want, and you don't overstay your welcome. You are very particular with how you leave interactions. You do it at the right time. To adopt the power of the coquette, you must understand this one single quality: narcissism. Sigmund Freud characterized the narcissistic woman as she is most self-obsessed with her appearance. This right here is what coquettes do. They are self-obsessed. They are self-sufficient. They are self-assured. They are certain in themselves. They possess a hint of cruelty, but it's not too overboard, right? Self-esteem is critical in seduction. Your attitude towards yourself is read by the other person in the most subtle and unconscious ways. Low self-esteem repels confidence, and self-sufficiency does attract every single girl to you. You do not confuse self-absorption with seductive narcissism, talking endlessly about you. No, you, my friend, must understand that milking the conversation, whereas talking about yourself, or even talking about topics too long, that is not seductive narcissism. Seductive narcissism is you are so self-assured, so self-obsessed that you don't even question what other people say to you. You don't even question their tests. You don't even question what people say about you. You believe your convictions so highly that it becomes delusional. That is seductive narcissism. One ploy of the coquette is the withdrawal of sexual favors, as we were just talking about, right? The long tool of social power for women, coquettishness, was slowly adopted by men, particularly the great seducers of the 17th and 18th centuries who envied the power of such girls. One 17th century seducer, the Duc de Lauzun, was a master at exciting a woman. He was a master at exciting a woman and then suddenly acting aloof. Notice how I'm going to proceed. You are going to demonstrate hot, cold actions. You must understand that the hot, cold actions of the coquette is super fucking attractive. Hot, cold, push, pull. It's the same thing. The coquette must first and foremost be able to excite the target of his or her attention. The attraction can be sexual, the lure of celebrity, whatever it takes. At the same time, the coquette sends contrary signals that stimulate contrary responses, plunging the person he is seducing into discontentment. The tension is much more powerful than if she were to be outside, or basically, for you to trigger tension in the opposite sex. It's best that you are ambiguous and even contradictory. You're frustrating at the same time that you stimulate their desire. Coquetry depends on developing a pattern to keep the other person off balance. The strategy is extremely effective, experiencing a pleasure at once. We yearn to repeat this. The coquette gives us pleasure, then withdraws it. The alternation of heat and cold is the most common pattern and has several variations. Coquettes are never jealous. That would undermine their image to be self-sufficient. That means, brothers, you are unaffected by girls that try to get you jealous. So, I want you to visualize yourself being unfazed by girls who try to get a rise out of you. Being unfazed by girls attempting to use jealousy plot lines on you. Because now you, my friend, are unfazed by girls who try to get any type of reaction from you. You now understand that coquettes are non-reaction seeking. They are non-reaction seeking. People's natural insecurities are heightened in group settings. By maintaining aloofness, coquettes start a competition to win their favors of people who want them. If the ability to use third parties to make targets jealous is a critical seductive skill, Sigmund Freud was a huge, misunderstood coquette. The symbol of the coquette is shadow. It cannot be grasped. Chase your shadow, and it will flee. It is also a person's dark side. So you, my friend, will now visualize a shadow right in front of you. You now step into that shadow. You don't flee from it. You allow this cold shadow to enter your body. Feel those chills. Those chills are standing up. This is the cold Coquette. After the Coquette has given us pleasure, the shadow of their withdrawal makes us yearn for their return as much as the clouds make us yearn for the sun. And now, you, my friend, are becoming one with your shadow. Open up your eyes, brothers. You now possess the spiritual powers of the cold Coquette. I love you, brothers. You might experience some frustrated girls now because I've used this visualization already, and it is extremely effective. And believe me, brothers, you're gonna want to leave me a 5-star review when you see what this can do for your social life. Do me a favor, brothers, and understand the powers of the cold Coquette. You are experts at showing mixed signals, at fractionation, at displaying hot, cold communication. And lastly, you know how to withdraw sexual favors. You say no to sex. You don't need to have sex. You get her to want sex more than you. You now don't need to have sex with girls because you are just so comfortable in yourself that you love yourself so much that you are somewhat positively narcissistic, brothers. I would hope you realize by now that coquettes have a positive narcissistic self-image. I love you. Peace out.